fitting. How fitting.
That's true. Not wasting any time. Djokovic's hands, his feel for the ball, including that shot, has gotten much better the last couple of years.
This has been a drop shot filled French Open. There's one of the leading practitioners of it.
No question. We've seen that since he was a teenager, utilizing that shot. So similar, these two styles. It comes down to between the ears, and both guys have a lot of will and heart and desire. Djokovic that extra edge with the overall skill, mentally, and his game got a little bit more to it at this stage.
He's got a much better second serve than Murray, too. Djokovic, has he come out well?
In the quarters, Murray used that shot extensively against Gasquet to wear him down. And especially when you're winning the points doing this, it pays dividends not only with the score now, but later on if it went to a fourth or fifth set. Murray had a far tougher match on Friday than Novak did.
There's a strong statement to start by Djokovic. Let's look rapidly at Murray's Road, brought to you by IBM.
No, I mean, he was in real trouble just to get out of the first couple of rounds. And then he handled a couple of big servers, Ivo Karlovic and John Isner, with ease. Richard Gasquet, the last Frenchman standing, took the opening set from him. Then he handled that easily, and then again against Wawrinka, he played a tremendous match. Took the return so early, moved the ball all over the court, showed all kinds of variety, and really broke the will of the Swiss.
That was a heck of a lot of energy and exertion he's had to put in just to get here. And then he plays the best guy of them all by a pretty wide margin.
And the road, too, really started for these two a month ago. They played back-to-back clay court finals on major events leading to Paris. Djokovic won in Madrid in 3 sets. Murray then won in straight sets in Rome. Djokovic didn't break a serve at all in that match.
Well, he was fatigued from a couple really tough matches leading up to that, taking place the days before. This crowd's going to energize them. They're already chanting "No Legend."
Another drop shot.
The balls have looked a little wide. Murray covers the court about as well as anyone, so he's going to have to be careful because Murray's going to be on to this now, if he wasn't already.
serve, didn't he? And you could tell that Djokovic is tense because he's already started bouncing the ball a lot between serves. Something he did an awful lot of when he was younger.
Just did an interview on French TV with Amélie Mauresmo was there. And that's what we were talking about, just what her and other coaches had wanted Murray to do. He's got a great return, take advantage of that on the second serve especially.
So then take that to the last 4 years, 16 head-to-head matches between these two, and only 3 of those 16 has Djokovic won less than 50% of his second serve points against a great returner.
Yeah. That's the biggest difference between these two.
On the count.
Djokovic is #1 in the world winning second serves. Murray is 15th.
It wasn't going to be long before Murray pulled it out of the bag as well. You can see that ball carving away from Djokovic off the court. It made it even more difficult to execute. Trading breaks already.
Yeah. So how about this? These two great returners, each breaks the other, and neither's won a second serve point in his first service game.
The head is obviously one-sided, particularly these last couple of years. Coinciding. I agree with Mr. Becker arriving on the scene. He's had a phenomenal record against the top players. And Murray's not going to get... He's had a couple of occasions. There's Boris. There's 6-time slam winner. Where the heat's gotten to him, especially down in Australia, the Open. This is obviously not going to be the case here.
Second straight major where these two have met in the final. The Australian Open was all Djokovic. These two have played each other since they were teenagers. In fact, the first time they played was a junior tournament here in France. Murray said Djokovic improved so much quicker than he did in his teens and early 20s. But now, let's face it, the chances of Rafa playing Roger, they dominated for 5 years, winning, splitting the majors between them. Those days are over.
And there's a decisive hold for Murray. Now, the immediate goal for this champion to win this title, to complete the career slam. This is his 6th straight slam final. Only Federer has ever bettered that. Remarkable, hasn't lost since that Sunday here last year. And bigger picture, he's at 11 majors, Federer at 17. Novak's now 29.
Nadal at 14. He just turned 30.
And since turning 29, the most majors won in the Open era, Agassi and Laver, 5 each.
Oh, that was stopped. That not by Murray, the umpire. That's a strange move there. But it was apparently out. I'll tell you, you want to see how well Murray covers the court? I think you saw it on this point.
Hawkeye presented by the Lincoln Motor Company.
And he's absolutely hitting the ball as hard as he's ever hit it on this surface, that's for sure.
6 straight points for Andy Murray.
Look at that.
Man.
Novak will actually hit that kick. And that's going to sit. Well, guess what? It's not kicking up quite as high. And it's just a beautiful spot for Murray to just crush it.
It's only about 82 miles an hour. That's not like Novak. Again, you can tell he's tight on his serve so far.
Djokovic has served 8 points and won 2.
He was running up there. He was thinking, I'm going to hit that drop shot right back. That would have gotten him some more respect from this partisan crowd at the moment for Djokovic. Just clipped the top of the tape.
This is
clear.
Unprecedented kind of start for Djokovic. He's not
hardly surprised that he's tight. Just think he broke at love too. That ball skidded off the line, and he caught it late, and what a quick turnaround.
This is just like how Murray played against Wawrinka. He has come out so beautifully. Judy Murray, when Novak beat her kid at the Australian Open final, she sought him out to congratulate him, and Novak said that's not a surprise at all. She's watched us play since we were kids. They know each other and respect each other so much for the consummate professionalism that they both have. They are, Murray and Djokovic, so hardworking, such students of the game.
Since had out forehands off so far. Murray's speed is mighty impressive.
Murray looks great, but Novak's now lost 10 of the last 11 points.
Those are not balls that you normally see Djokovic miss.
Off against.
It is tough to keep your composure, keep relaxed under situations that he's been trying to pull this off for so long. I mean, look at Serena. I mean, Serena's been chasing it like they're human. You lose sight of how tough this is that they're trying to do. Murray finished 2008 4 in the world, 2009 4 in the world, 2010 4 in the world, 2011 4 in the world. You get the idea. 2013 4 in the world, and here he is. He's better than ever. I mean, it's pretty impressive to not get discouraged and to keep battling.
And he has stormed out. Very positive on court.
4 straight games.
Novak Djokovic's parents, they were such a staple for all of his matches early in his career. Very enthusiastic supporters. Sometimes. To the irritation of Novak's opponents.
So they've calmed down a lot.
They have. And Novak's dad has recovered, battled an illness. It's just a good thing to see them back.
A lot of space to work with on this court if you want to throw up a defensive lob. not take advantage of it.
Another forehand miss. Wow, that's been his biggest problem so far. It's his 7th error just from that side.
The conditions being heavier, he just doesn't feel like he's making the impact he wants early, and he's overhitting. He's stressing. It's just easy for me to say, settle down. The helicopter above.
Yes, exactly.
It's creating that noise.
Djokovic's ball called out. Second serve.
The serves don't have a whole lot on it, and then he tries to go a little bit bigger and doubles. Morris was a tremendous server, great second serve.
4 times a semifinalist here.
Pretty clear how well Murray covers the court. This one he didn't think he'd have a shot at. He actually hit it shorter, a little bit too short there. Had a pretty good look at it. Novak's been more willing in their matches to move forward and take it up and volley and try to put away shots at net. And that's helped him a lot. Swing so hard now that they often get that ball to drop over the net. Softer nets here in Europe. Move them for the doubles, so they just don't have that. They're not as taught. Same at Wimbledon.
First deuce game.
I think you're going to see Novak. You're seeing it already. Good plan, subtle plan B to start to be more aggressive. And take it to Murray more.
That was Murray's shot to win. That would have given him a chance for 5-1.
Hold tough as everything today will be. Court Philippe Chatrier. Murray has finally cleared the semi-final hurdle, the one that referenced Mary. The Boris, for example, so many greats, wasn't able to get past. A 5-set semi against Djokovic here last year.
15-0.
Murray has 2 major championships, and in both he beat Djokovic, the 2012 U.S. Open and his memorable 13 Wimbledon.
He's hit the line twice in a row on his serve. You hope that happens on this surface so it skids. He's also lost quite a few of these to his opponent too. He first played at what, 11 or 12, and they thought that they'd be doing this, and it's amazing. This often?
4 times he's lost to Djokovic in the Australian Open final, 1 time in the semis. That's been the most frustrating. If he had won 1 of those, he'd be going for the career slam.
At some point, you knew that Novak would clean up that forehand. So Murray's going to have to be able to add a little bit extra, start being effective with a two-hander, which he can be. He hasn't had to yet up the line. That linesman on the sideline, see how far out he is if Murray loses this point. He's stepping out behind that sign, and he's clearly in Murray's eyesight. Take a look at how this is a tremendous point. Novak hitting the ball cleaner now. He's pretty close to Djokovic. And when Murray's looking at Novak, he's also looking at the linesman. It's weird.
Same setup here. Can a player ask for that linesperson to move, like a batter can ask in baseball?
Well, he's also moving back to his position during the rally, which is annoying.
Yeah.
So it's Murray's become aware of it, and it's bothering him a little bit.
Yes.
See Djokovic digging in for that point.
And you hate to have this hurt Murray because he's playing so well, but it's hard not to get annoyed by this. Because the crowd will get on him. They're already on Novak's side.
Exactly, and Andy is out-serving Djokovic, and he's playing better off the ground.
Just long.
That's what he's motioning now. Murray again. And this is very similar. people who watch baseball, you see that all the time. If a batter feels the umpire is in his vision, he'll ask the umpire to move.
Well anticipated by Murray. Looked like he was going to be in trouble with that volley. Didn't get the angle he wanted, but that's a long run for Novak. He didn't think Murray was going to be there. Nicely cut off. Perfect serve.
131.
Not to mention the hardest serve he's hit.
That's good because he hasn't been doing well on second serves of late.
There you can see Murray 3 of 9, Djokovic 2 of 8. But Murray wins one there to 5-2. This is something when you think that Andy Murray actually comes into this match with more clay court wins this year than Novak Djokovic. It wasn't like he was bad before.
He's come into this tournament, I believe, the first time he actually believed he could win this. The best chance he may ever have is today.
On that last changeover, Andy implored the chair to get Nelson Mumford out of the box. That's the curly French guy who tried to interview him before the match.
You're saying he's a French dude?
He's a curly little French dude because he was trying to interview somebody in Andy's the players box. So
and I thought
he's been removed.
And I thought it was a linesman.
It's always somebody.
Well, that looks to be a bit frustrated that he hasn't been able to hit through Murray. Murray's tracked down virtually every ball he struck. Just trying to maneuver himself, figure out a way to get on track here. Use more spin, get his confidence back. Hard to believe a guy this great. He's lost his confidence, but he's a little rattled here. The pressure's gotten to him.
And Murray's playing great, by the way.
Absolutely.
He's moving better, he's hitting better, he's serving better, he's returning bigger.
His forehand has had a serious impact. He doesn't want to get predictable, and there Novak really didn't have to move away from that corner. And eventually took over the point. Perfect serve.
Last year, Djokovic won the first set of the championship. And then was the victim of what we all watched with Stan Wawrinka hitting his way to this title with an astounding 60 winners. Different script appears here. Murray serving for the first set.
Murray was up 5-2 against Gasquet. First set, lost it. 5-2 in the second against Gasquet. Almost lost it. Doesn't want that to happen against a guy that's that much better.
Throwing a fist up at his player's box. That's his father Willie, his wife Kim. Maybe Sophia is also somewhere close. He looks up to that box a lot, so if some intruder is going to show up there, he will notice it right away.
Curly-haired French guys, watch out.
Exactly. He didn't want to talk to him, Murray, and he doesn't want the curly French dude to talk to anybody else either.
Ball's good. Let's see if they give him a... I thought that was in for sure.
Is this one here?
No,
this one here.
He should get
here. Is this one? It's not this one. This one from the previous one is this one here. And this one is catching the line, coming from here.
See if they play it light, because he missed the return. I don't think it affected his return. Murray's going to go to the deuce court, and Djokovic's going to the air court. Let's see what the referee calls.
Hawkeye presented by the Lincoln Motor Company. Look at that, just the barest of margins.
What's the score?
Now, you hit the ball. I'm sure.
You hit it, John. It's giving Murray the point.
Now, he was hesitating. The ball was there flying.
I was already focused to hit it, and when she called it out, they put it out.
The call came after you hit the ball. I'm 100% sure of it. 100%.
Same man in the chair who called game, set, and match Wawrinka at the end of last year's championship. Damien Dunossois.
Is this one?
I'm with Murray on that one. Now he's 2 points from the opening set. And now Murray's got to deal with these fans.
He had absolutely nothing to do with it. Unlike some other players that got this behavior that may have had, can place all the blame on the fans.
Wait a minute. Now the chair's really got to step up and tell him to quiet down.
This is a Frenchman, Damien Dunossois.
Maybe Novak's telling him, okay, that's good. I appreciate that, but that's enough.
This is great stuff from Andy Murray.
Very characteristic of his win in Rome against Novak was aggression. All the measures they have now, ground stroke speeds, etc., are way up for Murray in that match.
Yeah, he's been waiting for this for years.
Yep. Set stays alive, but we've seen very much, haven't we? That same kind of play from Murray in this first set.
No question. It's his forehand. He's clearly hitting it to me as hard as he's ever hit it. That was the best backhand Djokovic has hit this set. And this would be quite something if he can get out of this and somehow win this game.
I think he was energized by that confrontation with the chair. Using it as fuel.
The third try, Murray captures the first set in his first. Garros. The first resounding body blow delivered by Murray. Almost a literal body blow to Djokovic to take the first set.
So unusual, and again, it's got to be the moment that's gotten to Djokovic. 13 unforced errors. That's not like him. That's more like him.
Well, considering what we've been talking about, everyone is Muhammad Ali. Body blow's an appropriate term that you use for Murray, who's a huge fan of boxing himself. It's hard to believe that he came out here on the court and was broken in love and was able to turn it around as significantly as he did. More muscular of the two is Murray. Slightly taller, maybe an inch, close to an inch taller. Trying to impose that on Djokovic. This is what we saw early on in the match from Djokovic. He has gotten completely away from it. I suspect he's going to start using it more often again.
Are you still seeing a plan B from Djokovic?
I think you can see the wheels turning, trying to sort of settle himself and figure out what to do here. He's got options. Not coming into clear focus yet for him.
These are the two top second serve returners on the tour. Djokovic 1, Murray 2. It's been that way for a few years. Djokovic is having a stunning day right now. 2 out of 9 on his second serves.
He's never had a crowd pulling so hard for him. So far, they've not been able to cheer for much.
That's talking about covering the court. Watch the way he gets himself back towards the center of the court. Well, you don't see it here. But he's working extremely hard to keep the position. Try to get it back if he can. He's not just standing in one place.
How many people would win that point against Djokovic when he's sitting there lining up one side after another?
I've seen Nadal do it here, and this guy. Be a little winded Murray from those last two efforts. Trying to step up the pace here.
first serves in. And that secured the opening game. A tight one. Rod Laver honored here over this championship weekend. Hilary Swank, two-time Academy Award winner herself. She made it through a long day and night of tennis yesterday. Part of the gathering in the French Federation President's Box.
Good to see the Rocket here. It's been quite a while since he's been at the French Open.
And Murray just had about 25 people in his box standing and cheering for him.
He
as he
likes
walked that line. And
he demands that.
To me, I sense, don't you both, this has been an evolution of these 2 weeks from Murray, and it's like up with people. It's all good feeling. It's been so much more positive, right? I mean, this is a guy we've all known for being miserable on the court.
Well, Novak's father made that a critical comment about Andy Murray so often when these two played. Things have started to go sideways. Andy has expended so much emotional energy. And Novak's dad thinks that's such a waste.
Spent the first couple of days of this French Open dealing with two things. One was an incredibly unconscious performance by the ageless Radek Stepanek. Won the first two sets. I mean, he was playing like he was 17 against Stepanek. Murray got through that, and then Amélie Mauresmo gave an interview here in France where he talked about Murray's on-court demeanor being a reason why they parted.
This was inevitable that this guy would get his act together.
20-shot rally that last one. They're both telling themselves to breathe, aren't they? Apart from all the physical work he does, he spends a lot of time trying to be zen. Talks about that too. Getting quiet, controlling his breathing.
The one good thing for Murray, with the crowd being against him, is that he can hold it up if he's fatigued, you know, and sort of just pretend or wait on fans making noise. And he could recover more easily.
First chance for Djokovic to break since the opening game.
Merci. S'il vous plaît.
Yes, sir. Barbarosa's harder second service. You'll see him hit. Took a calculated risk, a good one. And sitting over the lowest part of the net.
When you think that for years we watched Murray hit second serves in the 80s, he has done so much to improve his game. That had always been the most glaring weakness.
That was 105, the last second serve. Let's see where he goes here. And a double gives Djokovic the second break of the match and the second set lead.
The elitist of clubs. Novak is trying to be a part of.
Two of the last three did it here. Andre, Federer.
Mr. Showoff here did it twice, the same calendar year.
Opening today, John, what this means. I would say of the 17 majors Roger Federer won, the most emotional reaction was the one here.
Yeah, that was certainly up there. Where he beat Andy Roddick at Wimbledon. He's had a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
That was so high on the list.
But he'd won 7 Wimbledons. He has won 7 Wimbledons. This was the only time, 2009, that he won this one.
In his 4th try, just like this man.
Yeah.
Djokovic energized by that incident in the end of the first set. Clearly, it's hard for Murray not to get a little bit bummed about that, how that all panned out.
I think Djokovic can use these fans even more. I mean, so many of them are pulling for him. He should turn this into a Davis Cup match in Belgrade.
Djokovic, see how this changeover gets this crowd going. Novak Djokovic wants to make this Davis Cup match, he's going to have these people to go with. They will gladly come for the ride. All over the second tier here, and it's a common sight. That's where the hardcore Nationals fans are always seated. Accessible, yes. But I'm not seeing a ton of Union Jacks, but I am seeing a lot of Serbians.
I will say this, we know this, there's not a lot of bad seats here, though. Great stadium to watch tennis. Certainly clean things up. Novak, and he's a different player right now.
He's cut down his unforced errors, and that's been a big difference.
Murray had the break point first game of the second set, and it's completely turned since then.
Working so hard to win the first set, Murray likely has the second set riding on these points.
Oh, yeah, this could be over quick here. The energy you just mentioned, he had to exert. He's having trouble keeping up with that at the moment. Need a second win very soon. His box been seated rather quietly this last 15 minutes or so.
That forehand and hit that angle.
Great defense.
So
did Djokovic hit that backhand? He hit a few shots earlier. Staggering ground strokes. Could that possibly have been the easiest shot of the rally? The question is Murray's having to exert more energy in these points so far. Would that have an effect? Amazed if it doesn't. If this goes late to a fourth or fifth.
4 hours, 56 minutes more court time for Murray.
Obviously needed a hold there.
That's a big save.
Novak Djokovic has made it so clear for so long that this is the major he wants to win. And what a hand he got when he had to accept the runner-up trophy yet again. And it meant the world to him. And I think a lot of those people that made him cry last year have come back this year.
Here.
Part of having the stage, you think to himself, Federer not playing this year and his legions of fans not here. And don't see the Spanish flags we're accustomed to seeing on this final Sunday.
Yeah, we were all hoping and anticipating that he'd play Rafa again, was playing much better this year in the semis. He had to pull out third round. And all points to this guy getting the career slam.
And it's why the word I used yesterday about Serena, inevitable. It didn't feel inevitable for Novak last year. When he throttled Rafa and then got through Murray in the semis.
It's one of those sports. Never know for sure. Looking a bit weary here, understandably, with what he's up against, what he's been through.
He's got to put that away now for a while, Djokovic. He's been misfiring on them. It looks kind of like a bit more of a bailout shot now than a smart strategic move.
I think he did it because he's up 40-love, and he sees Murray's a bit fatigued. He wants to keep working him physically, mentally. At a point, he could afford to lose.
Djokovic now to 4-1, looking to level.
win more than any other. And she said something funny yesterday. She said as she was holding her trophy, she said, how did Rafa win 9 of these?
Yes. So many things have happened to make this a very long and challenging French Open. We have to think back to 10 days ago when Rafa Nadal pulled out suddenly, unexpectedly. This is Rafa the other day, his 30th birthday on an island near Ibiza, and he's still wearing that wrist support, the same one he had on his hand when he held his press conference here.
Looks a little more relaxed at least. Hope he'll be back. Well, I think it's going to happen again, but I don't see that. But maybe the Olympics.
That is certainly what he's hoping for, because he had to miss the London Games with injury. He's supposed to be the flag bearer for Spain in Rio.
I think it's pretty clear why this guy's won 11 and trying to get to Sampras and Nadal at 14. He figures out ways to get into his opponent's heads and figure out a way to keep himself calmer. I mean, he's just much more sure of himself, playing much better now. Buddy Bars Becker is, I mean, you look at the records before and after, when he's joined the team in the beginning, what, 2014? Phenomenal difference. Marion Vita's been done a great job as well.
Djokovic has won 5 majors since he added Boris, and he's 16-3 against top 10 players.
Yeah,
with Becker on his team.
He had an attitude. He stuck that chest out.
Yeah. Will we be saying that about Milos Raonic 3 years from now?
God, that would be nice. Oh. He's got it going now. Yeah. Well, that's what we were talking about, and that is a phenomenal difference. He's had and look, listen to this. This is he came out with applause like this. You know, he feels like he deserves it.
Of course, to clear Beckers shows up for the majors. Marion Vita has been the foundation.
Not just the majors, so he's
big events.
It's been good for Bars. Win-win for Bars, Novak, and tennis to have him around more.
There you go. Now he's working the crowd. Now he feels confident enough to do it. Bring them in. We talk about how Serena Williams has had no real rival for years. Even Maria Sharapova has said, you can't call it a rivalry because I haven't won in so long, since 2004. How about the head-to-heads this guy's had against his chief rivals in the last couple of seasons under Boris? Here's what Novak Djokovic has done against his chief rivals. He's beaten Nadal the last 7 times he's played him. He's beat Kei Nishikori the last 8 times he's played him. He's won 8 of the last 10 against Stan Wawrinka, including 2 majors. And he's won the last 4 in majors against Roger Federer.
That's
persuasive.
Why, yeah, that's why he's become the guy to threaten Roger now.
And he showed his dominance, 6 of 8 against Murray in majors.
6 straight Slam finals. And only Federer has bettered that in his unprecedented, unthinkable streak where he made 18 out of 19 Slam finals.
Very often he overtimes it, a shot, and overruns it, but it's not going to matter. This set just dominated. Murray had that break point first game. It's been all Djokovic since. He's also moving, clearly moving much better, Novak. Sensing fatigue from Murray has just gotten his spirits up. This crowd has helped. It's all going his way at the moment. Murray's been regrouping mentally the last few games, trying to get ready for the third set.
Djokovic took a shot. He's returned with a quick 33-minute second set. And the men's championship is now level. And yes, feeling a lot more of Serbia in Paris right now.
She's looking a lot more settled now, too, isn't she? Happier, taking hugs. A lot of hugs on that last changeover. Her ex-wife, his brother, Marco.
And Elena Novak, of course, so committed to their country, Serbia. They run a foundation. It's similar to what we've seen Andre do, his great Life After Tennis. It's about providing preschool education for children in Serbia. Tremendously committed to that.
Pretty sure this guy is committed to everything he puts himself into, isn't he? Such a thoroughgoing professional. He's now speaking beautiful Italian, as well as French and Serbian, English. I mean,
It's about 6 languages and counting.
Yeah, he's the ultimate polyglot in men's tennis. Federer's down to number 2 now.
Elena run the foundation. He'll take care of the on-court stuff. He tries to work both, on and off the court. Does a tremendous job for our sport. He gets it.
She's got a knowing smile on her face right now, doesn't she? And again, I've never seen fans embrace Djokovic so much in a big match as they are right now. It's got to feel nice for her.
Could be the difference between winning and losing if Murray's able to get back to the level he was early.
We should also mention, since you referenced his name, we've spoken about Rafa. We don't know when he will play again. Roger Federer is supposed to play this coming week in a grass court event in Stuttgart.
He's going to play 2 to get some matches under the belt in Germany.
Hasn't played much at all. Pulled out in more tournaments than he's played in this year. Knee surgery after the Australian Open, and now some back issues have kept him away.
Figure for Murray, this is a lot more important period of the match than Djokovic, who can continue to feed off the crowd. Murray's got to get the energy level back up. Intensity, belief. Yeah. Since Murray beat Novak at Wimbledon. Last time that he's beaten him at a major. It's a long dry spell. That's a good effort.
We talked about Olympics. What a moment that was for Andy Murray 4 years ago. The world again gathers in Rio for this 2016 Olympic Games coming August 5. Bravo will be the home of Olympic tennis amongst the members of NBC Universal. There's a major champion now.
That's right. About the win this year.
Sunglasses really haven't been necessary for the last 2 weeks. Djokovic won only 25% of his second serves in the opening set. Second set, he won 71% of them. fiercely Murray was going after those short ones in the opening set. He's got to get back to that.
Just enough room when he sits on the changeovers. He's got to get away from just hitting that backhand cross court. He's not making Djokovic run enough. He's doing far more of that.
And it's interesting, the fatigue question, because this is the guy who's playing for the 5th time in 6 days.
Yeah, but he had a lot easier matches. He understands all too well that he's got to take advantage of serves like that. He did there. No question.
Difference from that opening set. He dropped his first 2 service games and he's now held 6 straight.
Absolutely the best defensive lob you can hit. Watch where this ball drops. You don't practice that shot often at all. You may be better off to just hit a forehand, restart the point, because it's so seldom you actually practice that overhead from 10 feet behind the baseline. A lot of other shots that take higher priority.
That helps erase the miss. 3 aces for Novak, 5 for Murray. Has not been an ace-filled French Open.
Court conditions rather contributed to that for sure. Just running so much more than Djokovic. So you can't keep this up. Alter his, especially that backhand. Maybe slice it short to his Novak's forehand.
17 shots in that last rally. If Djokovic continues not to make a lot of errors, Murray can't win this one from the baseline.
It's about 1/4 of the points in this match. Just about 25% have been, say, long points, 9+ rallies. Is Djokovic loving that?
I think he is, but it's not only the length of the rallies, because he's had the easier time getting there, but it's also the amount of running that it's a significant difference. I can't believe it's not going to catch up to Murray here. Just got to start using that old drop shot a little more.
Let's go.
Roland Garros played on the tour for a number of years, and he's settled things down nicely since that sort of, you mentioned earlier, Ted, about Mauresmo's comments. That didn't help the stress level early in the tournament. He's had a good run record since he's been the only coach. Wants the full-time gig.
In each of the moments, we've seen far less of the surly Murray during this French Open. Far less of the player that's always in Murray himself says, I'm berating myself, but it looks like he's berating his.
You obviously missed the first two matches.
I was there for the first one. He was getting a little grumpy during the Stepanek battle.
He's got that, remember Ken Rosewall? He looked tired in the first game. 5 hours later, he was still going, but you didn't know. You weren't sure. You're wondering where's Murray at right now physically.
Not wondering where Djokovic is right now. At the
Not at all. Fantastic pass again. Djokovic just forcing Murray to hit a tough shot, hit up. That one, little bunt, beautiful.
Again, this is where I feel like watching these two match up against one another. It's like Borg Vilas from the old days, the 70s.
Thankfully, it wasn't the same score when they played. It's pretty one-sided in Bjorn's favor. Balled out, could have caught the line. And just...
No. Space here.
Just missed. Barely. That was a bummer.
Hawkeye presented by the Lincoln Motor Company.
This is break point. Now really take charge.
Let's go.
Murray's got to hope that Djokovic gets stressed, realizing what he's about to accomplish. Gets tight.
Listen to the stadium, it's no question. They feel it. Novak Djokovic is in the process of doing what was done to him on this day last year when he won the first set on a day where so many came to see him finally win this title. And Stan Wawrinka completely spoiled the show.
Totally different conditions, extremely hot that day, different story. This 2 weeks here at the French, that's for sure. I don't know if we got over 70 degrees.
Djokovic has held his serve 7 straight games after coming out 2 breaks. .64 degrees right now. 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Up to 64.
Yeah, exactly. It feels so nice.
Took a little slid, maybe slid on this line. Just as he was about to hit that, let's take a look. Understood. Not fall. That's pretty good balance, I'll tell you. Why aren't I surprised? Two great athletes on the court. A couple of these shots that Novak hit, his flexibility just got him in this excellent position there, and hasn't had the feel on the drop shots today.
He's tried 10, won 6.
Missed that because he's tired from the last point. It's the onslaught he's been trying to figure out how to deal with here.
I don't know if it's physical. I mean, this guy, he's so supremely fit. His tough matches came early on in this fortnight. I know the rain has screwed up everyone's schedule, but time and again we have seen him lose a lead from Djokovic and not be able to reset, recover. That seems to be the case here too.
Not sure who called that. If that was stopped by Novak, doesn't matter because it's called out. Had it been in, he would have lost the point if he had stopped playing.
It came from the crowd. Anyhow, it's out. Don't stop if the call came from. I know it's not the line of fire. The ball is out.
Lecturing Novak. What's going on?
Was he saying that the out call came from the crowd?
I'm not sure, but it worked out. Said keep playing, I guess, because maybe it did come from the...
That's what I believe was exactly what he was saying. Don't stop necessarily because it came from the crowd.
Boris does have a loud voice.
All right, let's check in with an IBM Insight. Data from the last 8 years of the majors gives us keys to a player's game, and talk a lot about serving and returning in this matchup. So here's a target for Djokovic. Win about 7/10 of his first serve points. Mirrors the match so far. Was short of that in the first set. Hit it in the second set.
IBM things. Do they know what they're talking about? Andy Murray's done an absolutely tremendous job to make it all the way to the finals for the first time. He's going to have to dig into reserves even deeper than he's had to just to get here. That's the issue, the problem, against the best guy in the world.
A guy, unlike some of the people he's playing against at the top right now, whose rises were more meteoric, he's worked.
I talked about Andy being 4 in the world so many years. Novak was 3 in the world 4 straight years. Yes. He's another guy that's worked. Have the spring in the legs right now that he did early, that's for sure. Novak just is so energized.
If you don't follow tennis, they're chanting his nickname, Nole.
At some point, will there be, as often is the case, the sympathy pull for Murray?
In this match?
Back?
In this match, I wonder.
There was a little in the third, early in the third, like they were hoping for a 5-setter. They've been known to
turn on a dime.
Talk about an unbelievable get.
What a roll for Djokovic. We just were serenaded during that changeover by the upper tier of Chatrier.
Take a look at speed, court coverage, and then feel to execute that shot. That is a beautiful shot. There we go. camera as well as execution. Murray's got to use that back end of the line, change things up, has to. That ball right there, to me, if he has any hope to get back in this, he's got to start utilizing that and that shot as well. Both of them.
So many fans here from Serbia or expats living elsewhere in Europe that have come here, and they flooded Friday into Court Suzanne Longman when Djokovic played a semifinal, and tickets were not sold for the stadium. Rain affected schedule. Played in the arena in Belgrade yet?
No, I watched the Davis Cup, certainly when Novak won there, and that could be the only place that I've seen where Novak has gotten more support than he's getting right now. It's pretty gratifying when it's in another country again. And Roger Federer's used to that. Gets it pretty much everywhere he goes. Novak finally getting it. Did he get that return? Murray too little, too late, you think? With 2 breaks down. Still battling. I think if he could have held last game. Done a better job of executing with his backhand up the line. Hurt Murray more. Mojo trying desperately to get it back. Doesn't have enough in the legs right now to track a ball like that down. If you went by distance run, effort needed to hang in points, it would be very one-sided right now.
How good has Djokovic been here finishing at net?
That's what I've thought. Murray, who had earlier on, one of the things he had that was better than Djokovic were his hands and his feel, and it's Djokovic. It's
look at that
more
number.
comfortable.
17 of 21.
It's an amazing number on clay. Good idea for Murray to keep these points shorter, particularly if he can get a short, good look at a second serve.
He has got to continue putting the thump on those returns, Murray. It's how he took that first set. Got Djokovic on his heels. He was the one who was dictating. Novak is back to bouncing the ball a lot.
Question.
Yeah.
They're conceding it's good. First serve.
Think about this, Djokovic's first serve percentage for the match is 70%. So he's not getting that many looks at a second serve, Murray.
Service.
If he was a lead, he was going to be an ace.
Djokovic now winning 50% on his second serve, and that was another disaster for him in set one.
He's got to try to take the net away from Novak and he can hit some tough passing shots here.
If you're initiating, you're creating the response.
It's now the longest game of the match.
This is going to be a serious bummer for Murray if he doesn't win it with this effort he's put out here.
Djokovic.
Well, let's see how Murray.
Service. 30-0.
Just a rally ball. That's why Djokovic is so surprised. He missed it. Those were the forehands he was missing in the opening set. Wow. That's what he's capable of, because he moves so well. I mean, it's a high-risk shot, but it takes a lot of the risk away by how balanced he is. That's pretty good in the air. Come up with that. Novak Djokovic lost the first set to Roberto Bautista Agut earlier in the tournament, and he looked flat and groggy. And so he was asked after the match, you know, are you feeling the heat? Are you, you know, they were already wondering if the pressure was too much for him to finally win this. And he said, no, I have a few more gears. And after the first set against Murray, he found those gears as well.
Stuck in the mud early.
That Batista Agut match, he spent about a half a set tugging at the back of his neck and shoulder. As you referenced, Johnny, he clearly didn't want to be out there. I don't think anybody did. But you started wondering, was there a physical issue?
I think that
trying to cover it.
Question's been answered.
Murray gets a hold. Djokovic will serve for the third when we come back.
Djokovic men's side.
Ted Robinson, our NBC Sports team, once again part of our championship season in Paris. The fourth try for Novak Djokovic. Will it be the sought-after result as it was 7 years ago for Roger Federer on his fourth try? Tries to take a 2-1 lead.
That's just the type of shot you want to hit when you're trying to throw some more body blows at someone. Test his legs. Got the 2-break lead. It's just a beautiful thing. Murray, I don't think wants to expend a whole lot more energy here now in this set.
30-0.
He tried at 4-1, didn't get the job done. Now it's regroup time once again. Figure out a way to lift himself.
refresher. These are the two best returners in the game. They are the top two
42-0.
in recent years, just about every year, including this year in second serve return points. And right now, Murray's not impacted.
He's not. You know, this is it for this set. He's not.
45.
Can serve as much as possible when he really needs it. And he's really going to need it. Try to find that second, third win.
Murray's ball long will be checked. Back. Says no question. Chair agrees. For the first time, Novak Djokovic is within one set of the career Grand Slam.
And as you look at this
New position for Novak Djokovic, his fourth try to win this title, the first time he's within a set. In their semi last year, Djokovic won the first two sets, and then Murray won a pair of 7-5 sets to force a fifth. To repeat that, can he come back as he did last year to extend?
Well, this will not help the soul and the mind. If you spend that much effort to have a shot that's makeable and then not even get it in the court, that'll fatigue you even more. This is where he's got to slow things down and take advantage of the fact this crowd is so excited about Djokovic being this close. He can rest a bit, maybe get some sympathy here.
He's more aggravated than that.
It's been happening since the start of the match.
Mesdames et messieurs, encore une fois, ne manifestez pas quand les deux joueurs sont prêts à servir, et aussi entre le premier et le deuxième service. Merci.
Murray saying it's been happening since the start of the match. Fans trying to impose themselves on him.
No, it hasn't. It's a lie.
That's another unbelievable gap.
And he is playing so free now.
He's in the zone right now, there's no question. As soon as he hit the slice, he started moving forward. I can't believe he's lost both these first 2 points. I think you hit a good first serve. You look down, it's at your feet. Drives you nuts. That's what Djokovic does consistently. Problem is, that's only 1 of 3 break points you need saved. He's got 3 opponents. Himself, you know, his fatigue level, the crowd, and this guy who happens to be playing at an astoundingly high level.
Not only Murray had a scare.
I know, because I've been started. But you don't need to argue with me. You can just ask them to move it. I ask you, and then you tell me it's been there. I don't want it. Just move it. I asked for it to be behind me.
He's talking about the camera that flies over the court, and it drives a lot of the players nuts. And it's easy to see because not only is it a camera, the spider cam, it's a sponsored spider cam.
Especially when you're losing.
Especially, yes.
There it is. Right now it's hanging over the upper tier to our right.
If he doesn't pull it together now, he'll be on a much bigger plane, home. Djokovic will have won 6 of the last 8 majors.
4 in a row.
He knows it as well. He knows he's there.
Last time he didn't reach the major final was that U.S. Open that ended up with Marin Cilic beating Kei Nishikori. You can see it was 2 finals prior to that. And it's what Novak is trying to do today. Amongst other things, shockingly, he would equal Roger Federer if he can win this match today. They would both have the same number of major titles after their 29th birthday.
One each. Tired watching Murray. And the amount of effort he's had to put out here to hang in it all.
Djokovic's closest call in this French Open actually did not come from another player. It came from himself. Watch this in his quarterfinal against Tomas Berdych. He's angry. He tries to smack the racket. It slips out of his hand. And that linesman right there was one of the most adept linesmen I've ever seen. He moved so quickly to avoid being hit by that racket.
Yes.
And it could have been disaster otherwise.
You can get automatically defaulted from that. I'm sure if Novak wins this, he will thank that man in person.
There should be a Serbian cocktail should be provided because it was a ridiculously close call.
Not a definite default. It's wet conditions. Let him off the hook. Look at this.
He got fined $4,000 for it, which is probably something he
probably won't give him a whole lot of stress. He's actually started to take Murray's serve and come right in on it. Top of everything else he's doing well. a guy who won the first set and was just playing as well as Murray's. He's in must-win situations and has to win these games.
He kept up that stellar play against the defending champion in the semis, Stan Wawrinka. And afterwards, he was emotional when he was giving his interview to the fans. He knew he'd played the best clay court match of his life. And he started this match that way.
It's got to happen now for him. Crowd starting to rally behind Murray some now. They're enjoying this final. He's showing desire and effort, and they're responding to it. See a guy, I mean, literally, it feels like he's hitting the return harder than the serve. This isn't a guy, a slouched first serve here. I mean, it's just scary how good the guy is with the return. Getting the ball by him. Look at this serve. That skids off the line. He still gets it back. Slides about 5-6 feet into a forehand.
Doesn't it feel like Djokovic is in that zone we've seen Rafa own on this court, where you have to hit 8 winners in the same point?
That's the thing, though. Murray's got to get out of his own comfort zone to get Djokovic out of his. And that becomes a very high-risk proposition. Look at that. It's still going. Now he's trying to get the fans on his side. Look how hard I'm trying here.
Exactly.
Look how badly I want this. Look how hard I'm willing to work.
S'il vous plaît.
say, Murray has some interesting team today. That clearly is a concerted effort. They're about 30 strong, and they are standing and cheering after every Murray point.
Trying to stay warm, you know. I've been sitting too much in the last few sets, that's for sure. Finally gets on the board here.
Trying with him.
How to play. She asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up, and without hesitation he said, I want to be the #1 player in the world. She died here during the 2013 Roland Garros. He's been trying to win it ever since. That's what he wrote when he got to the semis in 2014. It says, Djoko, that's her nickname, love you forever. He would love to win this title for this woman because shortly before she died, she told him, you must win Roland Garros. She's the one who taught him to stretch when he was a little kid. She had him stretching. She played classical music to him and explained how songs go. There are ebbs and swells, and you have to understand that. If you play tennis, that will happen. You take a little kid who wants to learn how to hit a backhand, and you play him classical music too. Met Djokovic and hit with him, and after the first time she went to Novak's parents and said, this is a golden child. Novak always said she was a second mother to him.
Expend so much energy trying to hold the serve. Down a break already. Doesn't look like there's anything there. Easy game for Djokovic.
Just the returning of Murray is now startling. And Djokovic closing in, 3 games away. Players from around the world will compete in the Open Championship, and it's the world's major, seen only on Golf Channel and NBC. The champion golfer of the year is decided. The Open coming in July.
You know when he was playing better? When he had the curly French dude in his box. Maybe we got to get him back.
Desperate times require desperate measures. That serve, take a look. That was in. It's too late now. Caught the back of the line. There's another game he's got to win. Talk about a guy who looks fresh. The movement is just really intimidating right now, along with a lot of other things.
I mean, good push. That play's been impeccable.
I tell you, this is a part of his game he's worked really hard to get better at, and boy, has it made a difference in this match. It's incredible numbers, especially in a court like this where you're slipping and slipping. Just keep it close enough and hope that when Novak's right there, he tightens up. That's got to be the plan for Murray.
The second serve battle between these two great returners has been very indicative of their results. And it is tilted heavily to Djokovic today.
Merci.
Sort of knew that was coming. See what he can do with this. You have to go big there. Don't give him any shot. Still almost got it back. Looks like he's about to fall over.
Avantage, Murray.
He's able to use the two hands, get it right where he wanted it. Hanging on by a thread here. But still keeping him within reach. He gets this hold.
Stays within a break. An incredibly strong family, tight family. Novak's brother was also a professional tennis player. A country where it was created out of war. Djokovic, Ivanovic, Jankovic, first wave of terrific players to come out who were born amidst that warfare.
Toughen you up.
So many stories about how Djokovic's parents had to put a second mortgage on their house. They had to borrow money from suspicious characters with very high interest rates. How at dinner time, they'd give the biggest piece of meat to this guy. I mean, everything sacrificed because there was so much belief that Djokovic's talent and ambition would pay off.
And then, as you said, the association to finally find someone, Yannick Djokovic, who would mold his game.
Seems like it's paying some pretty good dividends right about now.
He showed up for his first lesson. He already had sweatbands on. He was tucked in. This guy has been a thorough professional from the time he was 6.
Now we're going to hear about pros and American kids turning pro at 6.
I think we've seen him now for a decade. The early Djokovic had tremendous problems staying on the court and finishing matches. He had breathing problems that had to be corrected surgically. He didn't endear himself to some other players because he was willing to do imitations on the court in hopes of entertaining.
I thought they were funny. Can't believe, I mean, maybe if you watch tennis, how tough it is to play this guy on this court. I mean, he's...
As sports fans, and especially in America, have come to know more of him, they've understood how thoughtful he is, how serious he is, how smart he is, how incredibly loyal he is. And if anybody is going to change the male tennis paradigm, the bar, the aging of the sport, you have to believe this is the guy. And again, Roger Federer has only won one major since he turned 29.
Andre won 5, you said.
Yes, so Andre won, yes, he won 5. He won 2 from 30 on. I'm saying that's the 30's has basically been the barrier in this sport.
Andre was 29 when he won this championship in 1999, and he won a couple more.
Look at the
his
serve
career slam.
Murray just hit with the return where that landed. I mean, it's a sickening feeling.
Look, for years, we've watched one man dominate here. And for years, we thought it was Nadal that would threaten Federer. I don't think there's any doubt anymore. This is the man that is the threat to Roger's great records.
Would have been nice to see Rafa healthy playing better if they had played in the semis. Or could have been. How good is that?
Utterly virtuoso performance.
Exactly.
And the dream is 4 points away.
I mean, considering what happened the first set, this has been frighteningly good. What he's trying to accomplish. Talk about rising to the occasion.
And we've seen this in other venues, but there's something special here to feel for Djokovic like he's in Serbia.
Well, this is the quintessential song you hear at Roland Garros every year. Ole, ole, ole. But a lot of these people have attached an N to that first word.
Ole, the word.
It fits so perfectly in the song.
It's a wonderful tennis stadium, albeit old. But as you pointed out accurately, John, it's incredibly compact and has a Fenway Park feel to it. Top row of the stadium, you feel like you're on the court.
That's a good way of putting it. And that brings these fans into it even more. Particularly the people that have come from their respective players' country, as they have for Novak today in force. There's a lot of Brits or Scots here, except for that where his family is.
His 12th Roland Garros, and now for the first time serving for the title. Murray still fighting.
That's a tough way to win a point.
Yeah. Novak Djokovic, not just this championship, of course, but that incredible exclusive club, the Career Grand Slam, the 12th major. Looks spent. He's breathing, but he's summoning up some terrific points here.
Merci.
Yes. Sending up some pride is Murray. Not to get manhandled in these last 3 sets. Trying to give Novak at least a little something to think about.
Well, Murray. Showing something, showing some.
Djokovic mène 5 jeux à 3.
As you pointed out the expectation, do you get tight when you're serving for your green?
Of course.
Djokovic has a cushion.
So you get that cushion.
Merci, Johnson.
Insurance policy.
Lettre face à vis.
What?
shots that he hit from this point. It'll be easier to break.
Haven't seen that a lot. Murray just called for the same ball back. So much wet clay, especially this second week, has not been utilized often. Interesting sit down ahead for Djokovic. A little over 3 hours ago, Mr. McEnroe, you told us you know how much this means. What was that changeover like for Djokovic?
Well, he'd been jumping out of that chair throughout this match, feeding off the crowd. He's gave it a little bit extra thought. But the slightly better plan. The heart rate has jumped considerably.
Oh, he was smiling
No
on
doubt
that
about
change,
that.
that 5-2 changeover. He wasn't smiling at that 5-4-1. He's just got to get it done here. Keep this uncomplicated.
time someone's done what he's trying to do, hold all fours 47 years ago. I'll give you an idea of what it feels like on that changeover. And Murray, give him credit. He's found an extra gear here. He's going swinging for the fences now.
That's how he started this match.
Djokovic's playing it safer, not moving to the net. Not going to take any more risks than he needs to. Hope that he gets errors like that.
The first point of this game brought the stadium going. You can feel them think, could Murray possibly come back? Do this a second time?
That Murray backhand hit the line. That was incredibly well handled.
He's smiling again. Now he really does believe. Just 2 points away.
Roland Garros. S'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît.
Double fault.
40-30. S'il vous plaît. Lazy.
Djokovic.
Novak Djokovic.
Every bit the support we expected today, Mary, for Djokovic.
Yes. Outside of Serbia playing for Davis Cup, he's never felt this kind of affection from the fans. Trying to hold it together. What a difference 1 year later.
29 years.
Sorry, I don't speak French, so I'm going to go in English today. Firstly, I'd like to thank my team, all of my friends and family who came. I'd like to thank all of the crowd. It was a fantastic atmosphere today. You know, it's a pleasure to play in front of a crowd like that, so thank you very much, everyone, for coming. All of the staff at the back there, the ball kids, linesmen, umpires. It's not the easiest job, but you do it extremely well, and all of the players really appreciate it, so thank you very much. Congratulations to Novak's team. You deserve it. Congratulations, well done. Hello? There we go. Finally, to Novak, this is his day today. What he's achieved the last 12 months is phenomenal. Winning all 4 of the Grand Slams in 1 year is amazing achievement. This is something that is so rare in tennis. you know, it's not happened for an extremely long time, and it's going to take a long time for it to happen again. So everyone here who came to watch is obviously extremely lucky to see it. Me personally, being on the opposite side, it sucks to lose the match, but yeah, I'm proud to have been part of today. So congratulations, Novak. Well done.
Oui, bonjour. Alors, je commence en anglais.
We'll start in English.
Andy, I want to start off by saying congratulations for an amazing tournament. You know, tough match today, obviously, and thank you very much for your kind words to my team and to myself as well. And you know, obviously, it was a pleasure to play against you once more, and you know, to share very special moments on the court. Obviously, you know, one had to lose, and but I'm sure we'll be seeing you with the big trophies in the future. And of course, to your team, you know, and I know how much work you guys put into. You know, he's one of the most dedicated players on the tour, and his team is very professional. So congratulations for a great tournament, guys. My family, my team, my loves. Thank you so much for, tolerating everything on a daily basis. There is plenty of things that I can talk about till tomorrow, but you know what I'm talking about. So thank you for being able to manage me in a way. Comme je dis avant, c'est un des plus bons, des plus spéciaux moments de ma carrière aujourd'hui. Donc, je voudrais remercier à tout le monde pour votre soutien, pour votre passion que vous avez partagée avec nous aujourd'hui à tennis. Donc, merci beaucoup avec tout le mon corps et
Thanks
à
with
la
all of
prochaine
his
année.
heart.
Merci.
And until next year.